up? This is your upload for August 31st, 2024. So I'm going to do one today. I'm going to try to do one around the 24th when I book the hotel. And I'm going to try to do one before I leave to go see Mr. Bond. So anyways, long update. The next video is really long, so forgive me. Thank you for all the views on the last one. We're up to 31 views on the last YouTube post. And we're at 36 subs, so thank you. And hashtag Saturday Magazine, thank you for liking all my posts. Hashtag people community, I think. Thank you for also sharing all my posts on Instagram. We'll reach out eventually to one of you as far as getting my fan numbers up. So, shave. So I scheduled an old-fashioned shave. As my manager says, I have a baby butt face. So I scheduled an old-fashioned shave with my barber for October 11th at 3 p.m. We'll see if I have a baby face after the cost, which is roughly 15 bucks. Uber. So I rescheduled all my rides. I'm averaging for the whole Murfreesboro, roughly about $300 by the time I'm done. But all that's scheduled. Sunday Deer Dawn. Sunday Deer Dawn. Gonna be a hotel. And oops, I know it's done this. Right, but anyway. Oh, I just put it down. Okay, never mind. So, the train, despite my goof from the last post, which I apologize, I didn't realize that I had done August instead of October. So anyways, I fixed that. Got my refund from Amtrak, and then I rebooked the same. I didn't have whatever. You know how that goes. So despite my goof up from last post, was able to correct the dates, got a refund, and redid trip to Monrovia. So trip as follows. Full fare was $198. So I'm leaving San Jose that morning of the 14th at 6:20 a.m. I'll get to Santa Barbara around 1:25 p.m. Then transfer to train at 1:45 p.m. Arrive in Glendale Metrolink around 4:33 to see Mr. Bond. And return on the 18th to Glendale at 11:26 a.m. Arrive in Santa Barbara at 1:49. Leave at Santa Barbara at 2 p.m. Arrive in San Jose at 8:25 p.m. Okay, so it's a double. Okay, that's a reading what I wrote. So on the 24th, I'm going to try to book the hotel. I'll have booked from the 18th to the 22nd, or 14th, sorry. October 14th to the 18th. And now I'm estimating right now at $427.22 for the full 4 nights. YouTube, like I said, current subscribers, I have 36 subs on my YouTube channel. Thank you very much. Last vid got 31 views, sorry. Thanks so much for the views and likes. Like I said, hashtag Sunday Magazine, hashtag people community. Thank you for sharing all my posts, liking all my videos. I seriously appreciate it. And then here's my 3 accounts on YOUNow, which is the main one, the old one. I have 9,760 pearls. My value is 98 cents. My producers, I'm almost at 3rd crown, and it said 98,043 more likes by August 31st. Send 51,957 out of 150,000 coins. My props are at 21.55 experience to level 89. So almost at 100, guys, almost at 100. Plus 5,000 bonus pearls. Coins have 13,253. Pearls, I'm at 4.4 mil. And then I'm at 1.5k fans on that one, thank you very much. And 251 fan of, I have to rewrite it. 1.5k fan of, and 251 fan. I'll get it right by the next one. To me, they're both the same. Thank you to Rocco, Aina, Zothel. Thank you for being the top 3 coiners in that broadcast. As of August 27th, the highest one I got was 23,331 coins, which is awesome. On the next one, I'm at 7 diamonds because I cashed out some, so I have nothing in cash value. Producers working on second crown, and it's in 11,534 more likes by August 31st. 28,466 of 40,000, so I'm like 12,000 shy. Hopefully of my next crown. Props, I'm at 6,083 experience to level 50, plus 1,500 bonus pearls. And coins, I'm at 13,132 pearls, I'm at 125.4k. That one I'm at 318 fans, 60 fan of. Rocco, Ronin, Latches, thank you very much for the top coinage. As of that one, August 22nd, 67,456 likes were in that stream. Diamonds on the next one is the third account, mind you. 1,897 total cash value, 19 cents USD. Working on second crown, so there's two crowns and third crown, which I think is the main one. Cost 19 cents. Send 25,188 more likes by August 31st. 14,812 out of 48,000. So that one I need 26,000 more to get up to, next level. 1,388 experience to level 31 plus 1,500 bonus pearls. That one as of August 30th was the most current broadcast. It was 18,584 likes. Coins 17,449 pearls, 61,440. Fans 267 and 39 fan of. Top fans were George, love you bud. Paige, love you too. Marcus, love you so much. Alright, now on to the boring stuff. So, in Valface, a hospital in South Bay now says it will not close its trauma center after all. When the closure plans at Regional Medical Center were announced back in March, it prompted months of protest, but on Friday, community leaders say they're still not taking a victory lap over the latest announcement. Regional Medical Center is one of the 3 trauma centers in Santa Clara County currently operating with what is called a Level 2 capability. In March, the hospital announced it would be completely closing its trauma center later this summer. On Friday, the hospital announced the trauma center will in fact remain open but a downgraded level 3 capacity. One of the biggest concerns about the full closure was the critically injured patients would have to travel to a greater distance to get care at a time when minutes matter. The trauma centers in the county are at Valley Medical Center in San Jose and Stanford Medical Center in Palo Alto. These concerns are not changed. Regional Medical Center did not say in its statement it will continue to its previously announced plans to expand its emergency department from 43 to 63 beds. A town hall meeting where community leaders are expected to demand answers from Medical Center is being held Friday evening at Educational Park Library in San Jose, which is probably held by now. Regional Medical Center in East San Jose will close trauma center. Nurses whole rally. And then I'll give you a little update what's going on with our union. Still not happy with them. Dozens of nurses rallied in San Jose Wednesday afternoon to bring more attention to critical services that will soon be cut at Regional Medical Center. Dozens of nurses called a rally on Wednesday afternoon to bring more attention to that will soon be cut at regional medical center. The California Nurses Association says trauma, stroke, and heart attack patients will lose life-saving services, leaving the East San Jose community at a serious risk. RMC announced back in February that would shut down some of its comprehensive services here in San Jose, but the nurses who work here say this move puts another strain on the community that often struggles to get critical medical care. In the drizzling rain, dozens of nurses from RMC in San Jose say they're rallying on behalf of the patients. RMC says it's downsizing the trauma center due to a lower number of patients in need of these services. Higher demand for resources or regulatory requirements for the centers that are not sustainable. RMC also says it plans to offer primary care at its stroke center. The California Nurses Association says HCA Healthcare RMC business companies putting profit over patients, like CVS, and making it harder for a mainly Latino East San Jose population to receive vital health care. RMC also says it will use 10 million to expand its emergency department with additional 20 beds to help meet community needs. Still, nurses that there say not having these critical services readily available may put patients' lives at risk. RMC says the changes will happen in phases starting August 12th. The nurses say they'll continue advocating for the patients despite the August deadline. California Governor Newsom has ordered state agencies Thursday to start removing homeless encampments on state land in its boldest action yet, following a Supreme Court ruling allowing cities to enforce bans on sleeping outside in public spaces. This executive order directs state agencies to move urgently to address dangerous encampments while supporting and assisting the individuals living in them. It also provides guidance to cities and counties to do the same, which applies pressure on them, though they are not legally bound by the order. California is home to roughly 1/3 of the nation's population of homeless people, a problem that has dogged Newsom since he took office. There are thousands of tents and makeshift shelters across the state that line freeways and fill parking lots and public parks. Under Newsom's direction, state agencies including sorry, let me make sure. State parks and the Department of Transportation would be required to prioritize clearing encampments that pose safety risks, such as those along waterways. Officials should give reasonable advance notice to homeless people, offer to connect them to local services, and help store their belongings for at least 60 days. Local cities and counties are urged to adopt similar protocols. Last month, the Supreme Court overturned a lower court ruling that said governments could not force people to leave encampments if there weren't any shelter beds available. The case was the most significant on the problem to come before the High Court in decades. Cities across the country have been wrestling with the politically complicated task of how to deal with the rising number of people without a permanent place to live and public transportation over related health and safety issues. Newsom's decision garnered praise from some local elected officials and business groups who said they were left with no options to address homeless encampments before the Supreme Court's ruling. San Francisco Mayor London Breed recently said the city will start an aggressive campaign to clear encampments across the city in August. Her office noted that the governor's order does not affect the city's operations. Newsom's administration wrote in support of the city's arguments that previous rulings, including one that barred San Francisco from clearing encampments, have prevented the state from solving a critical problem. Even Republican lawmakers who have repeatedly blasted Newsom over his handling of this crisis are rallying behind the order Thursday. Homeless people and advocates say the sweeps are cruel and a waste of taxpayer money. They say the answer is more housing, not crackdowns. While Newsom cannot order local authorities to act, his administration can apply pressure withholding money from counties and cities. In 2022, he threatened to withhold $1 billion in homeless spending from local governments over the lack of progress. Newsom touted that his administration has spent roughly $24 billion cleaning up streets and housing people, but acknowledged the persistent issue. Newsom's administration has also come under fire recently after a state audit found that the state didn't consistently track whether the huge amount of public money spent on this actually improved the situation, hence COVID. Earlier this year, Newsom threw all of his political weight behind a ballot measure to allow the state to borrow nearly $6.4 billion to build 4,350 housing units, which passed with a razor-thin margin. The order comes as Republicans have stepped up the criticism of Vice President Kamala Harris, a former California District Attorney, Attorney General, and Senator who just launched a presidential campaign. Harris entered the race over the weekend after President Joe Biden announced that he would not seek re-election. Newsom himself has presidential ambitions, though he said he wouldn't run against Harris or Biden. He has been a top Biden campaign surrogate. The timing of the executive order is curious given recent developments in the 2024 presidential race. California political analyst Brian Sobel says he doubts, though, that Newsom's move would have much impact on Harris's campaign. Rather, the order is a logical step for Newsom, who called himself the state's homeless czar, said Wesley Mercy, a political science professor at the California State University of Sacramento. East County leaders criticize plans to expand the Samaritan Hospital while downgrading care at regional medical centers. Some of the community leaders are decrying a plan by HCA Healthcare to expand a local hospital on the western edge of the city while downgrading care at regional medical center on the east side. In February, HCA Healthcare, one of the nation's largest for-profit health care corporations, announced that on August 12th it would be closing regional medical center's trauma and downgrading other life-saving program. But last week the company reversed its decision and said it would instead lower the trauma center from a level 1 to level 3 facility. East Sound leaders, though, criticized the plan and said it was still not enough. On Wednesday evening, community members continued to rally in front of the hospital, this time taking aim at HCA's decision to expand Good Sam just 14 miles away in a more different part of the city. The project, which is being done to comply with state seismic regulations, calls for 2 new hospital wings that will increase the number of beds from 404 to 419. A regional medical center official said in a statement that Good Samaritan Hospital started the process of meeting California 2030 seismic standards 3 years ago. But Darcy Green, a CEO of the nonprofit Latina Contra Cancer, said that community members who have been rallying for the last 8 weeks in front of the hospital will continue to push for better care. Green said that despite the presence of regional medical center, they have not yet met with hospital leadership. A meeting scheduled for Wednesday afternoon was abruptly canceled. Declining enrollment rates are forcing school districts across San Jose to state. Declining enrollment rates are forcing school districts across San Jose to stare down campus closures and sharp budget cuts. California education data shows almost every school district in the city has faced enrollment declines over the past decade. Families are being priced out of San Jose because of increasing costs of living, and as students leave the district, so does the money tied to enrollment and attendance. Berryessa Union School District in North San Jose recently launched a task force to assess potential school closures and strategize for $6 million in funding reductions. The months-long process has included numerous public meetings, discussions. A school district spokesperson said San Jose spotlighted members of the school Consolidation Advisory Committee hope to come up with a plan by October 16th. Enrollment at BUSD has declined by 22% since 2014, with the number of students going from more than 7,700 to roughly 6,000 students, state data shows. The school district has 13 campuses. The California Department of Finance projects the trend of declining enrollment will continue into the next decade statewide. Santa Clara Valley Transportation Authority says the new state law will now help it hold people accountable for disturbing and violent behavior on its transit system. In the last few years, attacks against drivers and passengers have become a more frequent, increasingly safety concerns. After multiple high-profile attacks on drivers and passengers, VTA said it's implementing changes so that people can feel more safe while using public transit. VTA says it now has the right to ban for up to 90 days any passenger who's shown a pattern of bad behavior, including physical attacks. In May, surveillance video showed a man attacking by a stranger while waiting at a VTA platform in San Jose. State Assembly Bill 1735 was approved by the governor. Now empowers VTA to enforce codes of conduct and enforce prohibition orders when people violate them. VTA is also recruiting riders to apply for its new Transit Security Advisory Committee, which will meet monthly with board members. Green says riders should also know about the VTA alert app, which can take photos, be used to report suspicious activity in real time, and call 911. San Jose Mayor Matt Mayhem has come out against a November ballot initiative that could vastly expand rent control to cover any type of housing in California. In my opinion, Matt, if you're listening, you're stupid. Rent control should be in a state bill. State law has for decades barred cities from limiting rate hikes on state family homes and apartments built after 1995. Proposition 33 would repeal that law and also let cities control rent prices for new tenants. The idea has Mayhem and a newfound coalition of 22 other mayors across the state mounting fierce opposition as time goes on and new homes get built. Tenant advocates warn rent control will apply to fewer buildings. Opponents argue that repealing the Costa-Hawkins Rental Housing Act of 1995 would let cities off the hook from building more affordable housing. Proposition 33 is the latest iteration of the ballot measure voters have blocked twice before. In 2018 and 2020, opponents say property values will decline and new housing development, raising prices for housing that already exists. Proponents meanwhile argue unreasonable rent hikes put too many residents close to homelessness, and that the measure hands the legislative reins back to local elected leaders. A Senate bill project to create walkable, interconnected neighborhoods could come up short, with advocates worrying that the rental services will be slashed. City officials have identified 7 aging shopping centers with a variety of grocery stores and restaurants throughout the city that are considered underutilized. The plan for these sites, called village centers, is to develop them for mixed-use housing, retail that could include grocery stores, restaurants, and pharmacies. Out of the 7 village centers in the city is reviewing that 2 proposals for North Sunnyvale, one of one for the Lakewood Shopping Center and the other at Fair Oaks Plaza. North Sunnyvale is a historically unserved low-income part of the city, and officials advocates worry the projects won't include enough retail space to support the surrounding residents. The 2019 state law Senate Bill 330 limits the city's ability to deny projects, while some advocates want the city to institute objective design standards for the centers. The state's density bonus laws could allow housing developers to skip retail space. The proposals consist of a series of townhomes. The 911 East Dune Avenue location is expected to include 62 townhomes, and the 1119 Lawrence Expressway location has planned for 95 townhomes, 16 accessory dwelling units, and about 36,605 square feet of commercial space, besides the 2 pending proposals. 2 more already have been approved by the city, one at 166 and 102 East Fremont Avenue and another at 877 West Fremont Avenue. Both are located south of El Camino Real. The village centers are zoned for 18 units per square acre, which Councilmember Richard Mellinger said is too low to properly support mixed-use developments. He said that the city is considering increasing the zone density to better facilitate retail spaces in the other village centers. The city has been making plans to add resources in North Sunnyvale, including a branch library, but residents still have to travel extra distances to receive things like pharmaceuticals. Brewster says she travels about 2 miles to get her pharmacy on El Camino Real. Gail Rubinio, who also lives in North Sunnyvale, frequents a Walmart pharmacy located in Santa Clara. Department store retailer J.C. Penney will shutter 4 stores across as many states. Retail Dive has reported, according to an email reported by the company. Locations in Alabama, Texas, and Maine will close before September 22nd. The J.C. Penney at the Westfield Annapolis Mall in Annapolis, Maryland, will close in 2025. Stores on the closure list include the J.C. Penney at the Shoppers at Bel Air in Mobile, Alabama, Sykes Center in Wichita Falls, Texas, Elm Plaza in Waterville, Maine. The department store recently closed the location at the Wayne Town Center in Wayne, New Jersey, but opened a new one at the Brockfield-owned Willowbrook Mall across the street. Retail Dive reported. According to the website, JCPenney currently operates more than 650 stores across the U.S., including one of them on Staten Island Mall in New Springville. The retailer does not respond to requests for comment about the closures. If you purchase a product register for an account through a link on our site, meaning JCPenney, you may receive compensation by using this site. You consent. Okay. We can get rid of that. So. This one's recent. So, California Governor Newsom signed a package of bills Friday targeting organized retail theft and other property crimes that will include stricter punishments for repeat offenders. Newsom signed the bills at a press conference inside a Home Depot in San Jose, attended by State Attorney General Rob Bonanta, along with legislators and business leaders. The city and Santa Clara County have seen the biggest increase in property crime among the state's largest counties, including, according to the State Nonpartisan Public Policy Institute of California. The bill passed in the Democratic-controlled legislature on Monday, even as Democrats are divided on how to confront the increase in property crimes. Many district attorneys and mayors across the state, including San mayors, support Proposition 36 on the November ballot, which would allow felony charges and increase sentences for repeat drug and theft crimes. Newsom and other Democrats opposed Proposition 36, calling it an attempt at drug policy reform that would increase the prison population by tens of thousands, costing the state billions of dollars. The governor noted in his remarks that lawmakers work with retail industry leaders to move the most significant legislation to address property crime in modern California history. Past the political differences, Friday's bill signing ceremony was the latest move by the governor to combat property theft and other crimes, which includes forming an organized retail crime task force. Using California Highway Patrol officers pledging millions of dollars for law enforcement agencies across the state and enlisting state prosecutors to assist local prosecutors in Alameda County. On Thursday, the governor's office said since the task force inception of 2019, the CHP has arrested more than 2,900 suspects and recovered over $45 million worth of stolen assets. Also on Thursday, some merchants in Oakland told CBS News Bay Area the task force has not made a difference for them and more help was also needed. Among the bills signed by Governor Friday, one would make permanent the property crimes task force, and other bills allow felony charges for a third theft offense, enable prosecutors to charge offenses across the county in a single court, create sentencing enhancements for fencing stolen property, require online marketplaces to collect information from high-volume sellers. One other bill would create a two so-called wobbler, WOBBLER offenses that can be charged as either felonies or misdemeanors, breaking into a car or with inherent intent to steal, and possessing property stolen from a car worth at least $950 with intent to sell. Proposition 36 would undo parts of Proposition 47, which made most drug possession crimes as a misdemeanor, raised the threshold for felony theft and forgery from 400 to 950, and directed more funding to drug treatment and victim services. It passed in 2017 in part to reduce the state's overcrowded prison population. Supporters of Proposition 36, which targets both the retail theft and the fentanyl crisis, say it would close loopholes in sentencing rules and bring more accountability. Newsom, who has made prison reform one of his signature issues, said Thursday the effect of Proposition 36 would be devastating to minority communities who historically comprise a disappropriate percentage of the state's prison population. Okay, now, to me, so our union had another form of negotiation, and of course CVS, unfortunately, being the big bad ogre there they are within reason, paraphrasing, only offered us 10-cent raise, and there was a thing where they actually first off, they lowballed their quarterly earnings to, I was told by somebody that they actually gave money away to shareholders, supposedly. And mind you, I have stock, but I just have the dividend form of the stock from E-Trade. And then they lowballed Aetna. So someone screwed up. So this week they are our union is requesting a strike vote approval this coming week to get more pressure from CVS to actually give us our the wages that we want. So I'm at rounded off at $20 an hour. I'm not saying the real wage. I'm expected to be at $24, and they're saying basically they don't want to pay that. They'd rather keep their employees at the lower end, not the higher end. Which, in an article from our union, is saying, well, if Burger King can do $20, so why can't corporate America, after making $11 billion revenue, right? So we'll see what happens by next upload. But that's what it is with our union right now. We're still waiting. We started in May. Our contract ended in June. So June, July, August, September. We're already going into 4 months without a contract, which is not good. But anyways, hopefully this video, yes, it's a little bit longer, but I want to put more stuff in there. And of course, the more we go into October, of course, more stories, more more whatever, hopefully. But thank you for the views on the last one. We're at 31 views. Hopefully we'll get to 40 on this one, which I would definitely appreciate. So as always, like, view, sub. Check me out on Facebook. Check me out on Instagram. Check me out on Snapchat. Check me out on TikTok. Sorry. Um, and yeah, that's my upload. Hopefully this time the sound is better. I did test it before I went live. To me, it sounds fine to me. I also have a new car adapter coming tomorrow. I have a new battery coming tomorrow. I have a new mouse coming tomorrow. And then today I'm waiting for Amazon delivery for groceries. So, with that all said, I will see you next month. Enjoy the video.